strong. I start off with a little story that I love. It's a old Hindu story. There was once a marble decorator. He used to decorate things with marble all over the world, and he found this big piece of marble, and he thought, what am I going to make with this marble? Let me see. So he takes the big piece of marble, breaks it in two, decides to make a statue. And he breaks it in two. So he takes the first piece of marble and he starts to chisel the marble, slowly chiseling. And the stone starts, ouch, ouch, I can't do it. It's too much for me. I can't handle it. And so he said, I can't work with this piece of material. Let me try with the other piece of marble. So he goes to the other piece of marble, and it goes, ouch, ouch, it hurts. But I know the maker, I know the designer is such a good artist, and I'm sure if I just bear with this pain a little longer, he'll make something beautiful out of me. So what happens is, when it's finished, the piece of stone that was able to adapt and accommodate and bear a little pain became a beautiful statue of Goddess Lakshmi. In India, Goddess Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth, all wealth, right? Material, spiritual, all kinds of wealth. So, and the other piece of stone, he put it on as a base, when you have a base and a statue. So everybody came, wow, what a beautiful statue. And in India, what they do is they garland these statues with flowers. But in order to garland the statue, they have to step on the base. So the stone that was the base said, this is really not fair. We came from the same stone, and why are you getting the garlands, and why am I getting everyone stepping on me? And the statue answered, while the maker was chiseling me, I knew there was a perfect plan. So I just accepted it. And now I'm so happy. Everybody's loving me. And the one at the base said, oh, and that's it. So that is exactly what happens in life. Sometimes, not sometimes, always, everyone is challenged. I have not known one person that isn't challenged in life. And when those challenges come, you find it so hard, or we all find it so hard. And there's I can't do it. Why is this happening to me? Do I deserve it? All I've done is good things in my life. Why is this happening to me? But if you can understand that things happen to us to chisel us into being something much more beautiful than we can even think of. We think things are happening to hurt us. But really, in my work in the last 30 years, working with people and their spiritual growth and counseling, I have seen one truth, and I'm really sorry to say it. It's really sometimes through their sadness, their sorrows, and their pain. When they've understood it and accepted it, they excel no end. They become who they were born to be. Rather than being ordinary, they become extraordinary. I really have seen this again and again and again in my life. So now when people come to my office and they tell me I'm really depressed and my life is falling apart, I go, wow, they don't know. And I said, you don't know, you're in for a new beginning. So sometimes we have to endure a lot of pain to grow. Why? I guess we forget that we are spirit. I guess living in this world we get so involved in material things. I guess it's because we think things belong to us. We get possessive for things. This is my home, this is my wife, this is my husband, these are my children. It's all these my's. And even though we have spiritual knowledge, even though we have it, we really still are so attached. And it's hard to detach. Sri Patanjali tells us in the book of science, on this path, there's two things you need to do. One is practice your meditation, practice your yoga, practice your karma yoga, serve, love, give. And the second thing you have to do is learn to detach. But I know detachment sounds cold and a horrible place to be, but it isn't. Actually, non-attachment actually means without color. Without color. What does that represent? Without color. What do you think when you think without color? A crystal? What do you think without color? You think water? It's without color. And both bring us such joy. It's purity. It's neutrality. It's balanced. So now how do we detach when we're feeling so bad, when we feel the world is against us? By simply understanding the greatest truth. The greatest truth is we are not who we really think we are. We got stuck in thinking, for example, I am Nalanie and this is my problem. No, I am Nalanie for a little while. I'm much more than Nalanie. Nalanie is an instrument that's carrying some energy. Karen is an instrument that's carrying some energy. And all the spiritual teachers all tell us that if we really understand we're much more than this body, and this is just a journey through this lifetime, because it's a journey through the lifetime, we have many lives to live. And if we don't get so caught in things, then we, obviously, we're human. We're going to feel the pain. We're going to feel the pain. And that's not such a bad thing sometimes, because if we can learn through pain, they always say no pain, no gain, right? If we can learn through pain, then we can understand a lot more about other people. And we grow up. We literally grow up. What's that song? I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. Along with the sunshine, there must always be a little rain sometimes. Isn't it true? Yeah, and this yeah, I don't sing, sorry. I don't know why that song appeared in my brain, but it did. And that is really true, We were never promised a rose garden. We hear fairy tales when we're young, and there is a happy ending. There is a happy ending. But have you noticed, before the happy ending, there's so many trials and tribulations, right? Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, right? They have so many trials and tribulations. And it is only after they go through them and accept them and be better than they can be, like Snow White. She plays with the dwarfs, she looks after them, even though she had a terrible fate and she was thrown out, she still had this wonderful loving. There's a lot of truth in these fairy tales. But we always remember the happy ever after. We never forget that, the hardship that all these stories hold. And at the end of the day, Sri Patanjali also tells us, when you understand this truth, pain that is yet to come is avoidable. In other words, in the beginning of your spiritual practice, no pain, no gain. When you understood your spiritual practice, no pain, all gain. It really is like that. All gain. But you have to go through the endurance test. I guess this is the challenge of life. Our life would be pretty boring and our books would be pretty boring. We didn't have some rocky cliffs to climb, And if we can understand this truth, really, truthfully, deep inside of us, I'm just going through the worst part in my life. It will pass. I know it will pass. The feeling that it's not going to pass, that it's not going to get over, that you're never going to get out of the pain will keep you in the pain, will keep you in that horrible place of agitation and stress, and I can't, I've got to do something about this, I've got to change things. But really things are as they are. And the more you stress, and the more you fight, and the more you scream, the worse the situation gets. It's like that piece of stone. So what do you have to do? And this is the hardest work of all. And this is why Sri Patanjali calls this a burning. The Sanskrit word is tapas. It actually means you feel like you're burning when you accept pain for purification. It's the hardest thing to do. You know when somebody's caused you a lot of pain and you have to sit with it. Ooh, hard work, but sit with it. Something good is going to come out of this. Have that faith. This too shall pass. Have that faith. Everything passes. Okay, now I'm the blackest page of my book. What do I have to do? Endure. Endure is not an easy word. It's quite hard, you know. So, but we have to go through it anyway. You can scream and shout and it'll take you 10 years. So do you really want to scream and shout and waste 10 years of your life? Or you can say, this is the situation. I don't want to waste any more time. I'm wasting so much time, the same story again and again. I want to be happy again. I deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. The only way to get out of that pain is to forgive it and accept it and relax in it. This is where the practices come in. How do you relax? Practice, Sri Patanjali says, and non-attachment. Non-attachment, you have to practice and then slowly, at the same time, think, I got to let this go. I got to let it go. I got to let it go, you know. We'll use the One Light song again. You know, the group in Gibraltar wrote this song. God said to your soul, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Will you sing it with me? It's really quite freeing. God said to your soul, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Well, how do you let it go? And this is where the practice comes in. Sri Patanjali says when you're really bogged down and the mind is really stuck, here, I'll give you a gift. You can use a mantra, constant use of the mantra. Constant use of the mantra. How do you use the mantra? You choose one that resonates with you. Okay, let's say now, for example, we'll say Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya is a very powerful mantra because it actually means, you know, Lord Shiva is the representation or symbol of creation and destruction. Destroy the old, create the new. Destroy the old, create the new. And also Om is the universal sound of vibration. You all know that. The universe was built on that vibration, and then matter happened, right? So Om Namah Shivaya also means the 5 elements. So there's a lot of different meanings. But it's really, at this point, it's not really important to think of the meaning because sound in itself has a wonderful vibration. It has a very healing vibration. And so much work is being done today on sound vibration, you know. And if you go to a kirtan, which is when somebody chants, we have one in George Harilela Hall in a couple of weeks with 2 singers, Matt and Nalanie. Please, you shouldn't miss them. She has an amazing voice. Yeah. And after she finishes chanting the song, you will find that the mind just becomes quiet by itself. You just actually have a rest, a break from that noisy mind. And when you have 1 second break, because that's how difficult it is to have the break from this mind that drives us all crazy, when you have that 1 second break, you want more. You want more for yourself. You now know you are much more, and you want to touch it again and again and again. So when you're going through a difficult time and you feel you need to endure something, use the mantra. All you do, and how you use it is, it's only as powerful as how you use it. It has a vibration already. It's been chanted for eons and eons, thousands and thousands of years. So it holds within a vibration. So how you use it is, you just keep repeating it in your head, first out loud. When you're frustrated and angry, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah. Instead of the nasty thought, instead of it coming out, you got the mantra. Om Namah, it's neutral, right? It's like the crystal. It's neutral, so it's not going to harm you. So you just keep repeating it. It doesn't lead you anywhere. It just leaves you straight. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. You shout it out first, as long as you can. And then you do it. Then once you start to calm down a bit, and you will, you watch, you can scream for 1 hour, Om Namah Shivaya, get it out of your system, then you start to calm down a bit, and then you say it softly and gently. If you have to cook, if you have to do work, Whatever you have to do, go to the office, walk, you keep repeating it. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. If you do this intently, as Sri Patanjali, the master of the science of yoga, tells us, to the keen and intent practitioner, this samadhi comes very quickly. This samadhi is that state of consciousness of being one with everything, that state of peace, that state of knowing the self, that quiet place within you. And you just stop. And all that you will hear, if you practice constantly, is Om Namah Shivaya. So this horrible thought of pain comes, and in comes Om Namah Shivaya, lessening the blows of pain into your heart. So already you cut your suffering by half. Because it's hard not to focus on something. If you're in pain, to say, I am not going to think about it, it doesn't happen. The more you say, I am not going to think about it, the more you will. So you can't approach it that way. It just doesn't work. But to use a vibration to help you works. It really works. But you have to use it like constantly. Again and again, when you're walking, when you're moving, and after many years of practice. Like, for example, I'm talking to you now, but because I practiced my mantra for now nearly 30 years, what happens? I'm talking to you and I hear the echo of my mantra behind me. Because when you are constantly using it, it is constantly with you. So, of course, the moment danger comes, the first thing I will say is Om Namah Shivaya. Problem comes, Om Namah Shivaya. So it kind of gives you the space to balance and help you go through this difficult time. This is one technique. Or if you don't like this technique, there are many other techniques you can use. Remembering something wonderful that used to happen to you. While you're going through a bad time, all the mind wants to do is think the worst. It doesn't want to be happy. And the more it doesn't want to be happy, the more you will suffer. And you have to tell yourself that practically, The more it doesn't want to be happy, the only person that is suffering is me. You have to keep reminding yourself. And this is where knowledge really helps you. And this is where you need to get some spiritual books and start remembering, who am I? I'm really in a bad place, but I need to get back to the truth. Because as you know, you all do really know this, that we are really temporary in this body. One day, all of us in this room will be gone. And thinking we are not is making us so attached. We think we are immortal here in this body, so it makes us very attached to my pain or my problem, or I'm being punished, I'm not good enough, what have I done to deserve it? It's all the I's. Don't get attached to it. Ask yourself, who doesn't suffer? Who doesn't go through pain? Everybody. At least I have the knowledge. At least I have a home. At least I have a plate of food. At least I have a bed. At least I have one person to love me. Wow. At least I'm going through this bad time with somebody who loves me. One person that loves me. I'm sure everybody has one person that loves them in this world, right? A partner, a great friend. Everybody has one person. So, and love can move mountains. And when you're in these times, really be with spiritual people. Be with happy people. Be with joyful people. Take yourself out of the environment that causes the pain. Why? Because every time you're in that environment that causes the pain, it reminds you. So if your pain is in your home, take some classes, go singing, go dancing, get out a little bit. Be with friends that lift you and not put you down. And remind you who you are. This can pass. I know it's horrible. Because it's horrible when you go through some suffering. It really is. So, I know it's horrible, but, talking about it so much will only drown you. Talk, get it out of your system. Once we've got it out of your system, let's have some fun now. And they won't want to because they resist fun. They resist fun because being in pain has become a bad habit. You know, human beings, we fall into bad habits very quickly. What can we do? We're human, right? So it's just a bad habit. That's all you have to think about it. You don't have to think, oh, I'm not strong enough. What nonsense. Everybody is strong enough. It's an absolute nonsense. Everybody is strong enough. I'm just weak at this moment. Doesn't make me bad. I'm suffering. Accept, endure my suffering. And it's not easy. And it's not easy. You have to be really truthful about it. But with a little help from my friends and people. You all know that song, With a Little Help from My Friends? Yeah, it's a lovely... You see, music tells you lovely stories. You know, you can get through it. You can get through so many things. But you still have to endure. You still have to suffer the pain. It just lightens your load. It makes it really light. And then meditation. How does meditation help? Because while you are silent, while you are quiet, while you can hear them, you see, people find meditation very difficult if you don't really understand the practice of meditation. You think most people think, oh, I just sit down and meditate and that will be it. It doesn't work like that. If you have stuff in your mind that's causing you a lot of pain, the moment you sit, what will happen? What's the first thing that's going to happen? You're going to think of that. So how do you work with the mind to stop that flow of negative energy? You don't fight it. Okay? That's the first thing you do. You allow it and you start to watch it. The secret is start to watch the flow of negative energy. And watch how it makes you feel. Just watch it and watch how it makes you feel. And then ask yourself, who is it that is watching me suffer? Who is it that is watching my mind go crazy? Who is it? It's the neutral one, right? It can watch the bad side and it can watch the good side. It's the neutral one. The neutral one is what we yogis call the higher self. The more you get in touch with that higher self, the more energy you have. It gives you the power and strength. Don't ask me how it works, it just does. We were designed that way. A whole anatomy and subtle anatomy is designed so perfectly for self-realization. If you study, all of you know about the chakra system, everybody in this room, and if you study it, how the kundalini, the spiritual energy, comes through the emotional centers. Listen to that, emotional centers. And look at your emotional centers. Where do you feel the pain? Which chakra? When you feel it in the base chakra, your legs shake, you feel you can't go forward. That's fear, insecurity. Just knowing that, I'm feeling so insecure, I can't move forward. You know, you don't even want to. You want to stay in bed all day long. Ooh, you're definitely insecure. You don't know how to move forward. And then you look at your second chakra, which is the sacral. Sacrum, sacred. It's involved then with your communication. Your communication with your partner. Communication with your own sexual urges. Communication, something is going wrong in that area. What's happening? Why are things going wrong in that area? There's no communication, honest communication in the area of closeness or about your own needs and desires. You're not honest with yourself. Then you have the stomach. Oh, also butterflies in your stomach when you're nervous, and when you're really upset, you don't want to eat. This is all to do with anger as well. A lot of anger. And this is the third chakra, and it's actually called the City of Jewels. And it is the name. Your name also means, Devamani means City of Jewels. And it is, if you bypass this pain, you get the will and the courage to let go of your anger and fears and to move forward. These are the highest chakras. And you have a lot of pain in this area, a lot of heartbreak. That's a lot of heartbreak. If you have pain in this area or dysfunction, the inability to say what you think, also not listening to your inner voice, your intuition. You're not listening to what your intuition is telling you. You're trying to hear outside, not inside. And then you got, emotional problems in this area. Lot of headaches, you haven't really understood that knowledge completely. There's a little dysfunction. You've understood it, but you're still not sure, or you, again, afraid to move in that higher direction. A lot of headaches. You want to move in higher spiritual, which is this direction, but you're fearful. There's a kind of fear there. So a lot of headaches. You know and you don't know. And then finally you've got the crown chakra, where we connect to, they say, all the gods and goddesses, And that is when this is malfunctioning, again, also headaches, bad dreams, nightmares. It's loss. You're not connected. You're not connected with your higher self. You're not connected with your soul. You just lost connection. You're depressed. Your whole mind just doesn't know what life is all about. And you feel totally uncomfortable with pain. You can't deal with it. You can't even deal with life very well. So your body parts, I've really briefed it so quickly for you. I could spend hours on each one. But your body parts, look at it, tells you exactly what is going wrong. And when everything is going right, they say when everything is going right, your face shines, your eyes are the windows of the soul, your eyes are bright when you've understood the truth. So even though you're in pain, there is a brightness in you. So endurance will help you understand and know, and help you know that you are capable, that you're just going through the journey of unblocking some of your old thinking systems. The sad thing is when we think everything just has to be one way, in our life, I thought this would happen like this, like that. When we think we're in control of life, we really have to learn that lesson that we're not. We're just not. We're not in control of any of it except this moment. This moment is our gift. It is only in this moment that we can do something. The rest is destiny. But we can change destiny in this moment. This is why the yoga practices. If you change this moment, you change your future moments. You don't change this moment, you stay in the same vicious circle of suffering. Because there is a lot of suffering. But you stay in the same vicious circle. Happen again and again and again until you totally break down. So this is why we practice the meditation. To learn to stay in this moment. So going back to the meditation, all these thoughts are coming up. Understand what's happening to you. And then give it like 5 minutes. Watch what's happening. It's going to make you feel really bad. Then make a firm decision. Okay, I've let you complain for 5 minutes. Yes, I'm going through hell. Now I want some peace. I want some peace. So then you take a few deep breaths. Just take a deep breath with me now. Again, take another slow, deep breath. and exhale. Take a third deep breath and just hold your breath. And now exhale. Keep breathing in and out at your own pace. Open your eyes. At least there's a little silence. At least there's a little peace. At least there's a little connection to your higher self. And once, like I said, you feel this, the thoughts will come flying back, all the negative thoughts. And then you use another stage. You start focusing on the good things. Don't resist the bad thoughts. Consciously work hard on remembering good things in your life, good memories, happy moments, things that make you joyful. Bring them into your mind. And if you feel you can't do it at that moment, have a list of things ready for you. So when you get there, you just pick up your own list, and it has to be your list. It can't be anybody else's list, because only you know you, and you can work here yourself. Nobody can do it for you. So take up a list of all the happy things in your life and make yourself think about that. Just make yourself think about it. And after a while, the mind will feel it's not in such a bad place. It'll feel happier. And that will give you the strength to carry on with your life. It'll give you the strength to carry on with your life. And no, keep telling yourself, this will pass. This will pass. May take 1 month, may take 2 months, may take 3 months, but it's going to end one day. It will pass. Everything passes. I'm not permanent. Everything passes, including me. Everything passes. So I need to, at least in this life, learn to be a little happy, a little joyful, to enjoy it a little bit. And then if you're a little stronger, engage in karma yoga. This will also help you endure. What is karma yoga? Karma yoga is doing some work for the benefit of the world and not expecting anything for yourself. For example, in the case of Sue, when she lost her husband, no, it's fine. When she lost her husband, her karma yoga was animals. Still is, right? Yeah. Oh, did you get bitten or pulled? You got scratched. Yeah, she loves them. See? Does it through working with animals, because it took her from her, and we've all watched her go through it, and we watched her come out of it, and then she did the fashion show. Do you know when she got a little stronger with the three girls there, Barbara and Adele, to raise funds, and while they were doing that, it takes away from suffering, doesn't it? It takes you away from the suffering because there's something else to do. There's a purpose. You need to have a purpose and meaning in your life to get away from suffering. If you just endure at home and there's no meaning and there's no purpose, it's almost so hard to do. So you have to do something useful for the world. Anything. And you go, I don't know what to do now. They go to an old people's home. Just go and say, do you need? Can I make you happy? Can I cheer you up? Walk into the hospital. Is anybody in the hospital alone? Do they need somebody to talk to? And this coast is a very lonely coast. I don't know if you know that. A lot of people on their own. A lot of people. When they're sick, there's nobody there. They're really on their own. A lot of people have lost their families, or the families are, separated from them. So there's a lot you can do. There is a lot you can do. And the wonderful thing is when you help somebody else, it really just does make you happier. I know when my husband passed, I couldn't do anything for me, but I could easily go to Portugal, give a talk to all my patients, no problem. And I thank them because they helped me heal. But if I stayed home and just went like this, I did that in the evenings, but the movie Friends really helped me because I've tried to make myself laugh, because that was my practice in getting my mind happy. I was alone in my little apartment, and I love the evenings like that, watching Friends, crying and laughing. But during the day, it was the karma yoga. It was being able to help somebody else through my pain, because I was in such horrific pain. But it's what helped, the enduring time. You just have to know, you have to endure. How long it takes, you can't even ask. But of course, at that point, when you're going through some pain, it is very normal to feel, I don't want to be in this world anymore. But too bad, you are. One, you can't kill yourself, because that's a real no-no in the spiritual world. And besides, if you do, your mind is still stuck with your spirit, and you'll be stuck because your problem will be here on this earth, and you have no more body to fix it. Your problem is not out of this earth. Your problem is on this earth. So if you kill yourself, you know what happens? You're stuck with the problem. That's what the Catholics call purgatory. We just say you're stuck. My master told me that. Never do that. It's a no-no, because you have to finish out your time, and you didn't. So what do? You have to live until you die. So you might as well make it a good living. You might as well live well. And when you go through the sorrow, look, I've met a wonderful man, Les, kind, gentle, wonderful. Never expected it. And I'm here to help my grandkids. Never expected it. And to teach this all over the world. If I had left the world thinking and I knew this was a state of the mind, there's no point. I've done all I've done for the world. My grandchildren are grown up. My husband's gone. I also can go now. But it's not that easy to go. And I'm so glad I stayed, because I knew while the mind was doing this stuff, it wasn't me. I knew. I thanked the meditation. All those years of meditation had given me the strength to watch all this stuff going here and go, detach from it. Don't get engrossed in it. It's just your mind, Nalanie. Yes, you have to go through the pain because you have a mind. You have a mirror. If it's dirty, you just have to slowly clean it till it's clean. So the mind at that time was in a painful place. I just had to wait till I cleaned it up, gave it its time, relax in the pain, endure. It's not easy. So I know when people go through pain, it's not easy. But we can do it. It's not impossible. And we only delay our healing when we don't endure. And we just say, why did this happen to me? It happened. You can't change it. Just the first thing you go, it's happened. Accept that. It's happened. Now, give me the strength to go through this. It's happened. Don't go over it again, because it'll kill you. It'll make you weak. It will take away your energy. It will take away your life. It will take away your strength. It will take away everything from you. Why would you want to do that with this one life to live? Why would you allow that? Don't you love yourself enough? Don't you care about yourself enough? Because if you don't, why should anybody else? If you don't invest in you, who will? You are the owner of this body. When you die, when I die, when we all die, we're going to die alone. Nobody can die in our body for us, so we better give ourselves a good life. and feel we deserve it. Yesterday in Gibraltar, my talk last night was, we deserve the best. And we do. When we allow ourselves to sink and drown, that's the problem. The problem is not endurance. We can all do it. And when you have knowledge, you can really do it. And this is why I love the spiritual knowledge. Because it gives us these tools, mantras, hatha yoga, take a hatha yoga class. And if you don't like anything to do with yoga, you can walk by the beach. So I'm just thinking, you see what your mind can do also to your state of your body. It can change the whole body. And we called it yogic Botox last night. Somebody was saying, Nalanie, this is yoga Botox. It is. Because when you're happy, you look younger. When you come in like this, you soon get wrinkles everywhere in your face, soon. When you're miserable, look in the mirror, you age very quickly. Haven't you say, oh my God, I've gone so old because of all the suffering. Doing this makes your face wrinkle. But when you're joyful, everybody will tell you, my goodness, what have you done? You look younger. Haven't you noticed this? People who are joyful with their life and feel useful. Really important to feel useful, okay? Really important to feel useful. And this is very dangerous for many people who are very wealthy, because they have everything and they don't need to do anything. And after a while, many of them come to me and say, it's one party after another. I really am so bored with it. So get involved in something. Get involved in some kind of service. If you can't take a course, study. Internet today, there are so many diploma courses you can take and learn. Educate yourself. Take up spiritual books. Follow something that will elevate you. And then with the studying will come the strength to do more for yourself and make yourself a better human being. That's all. It's that simple. But endure, we do have to do. But just imagine at the end of it, if you can think of the story of the two stones, you will be garlanded by the gods. Because that's how the energy works. This is energy. You all know, you all heard about the power of attraction, right? Like attracts like. All of you know it. So you might be saying, oh, I'm saying positive things. Why aren't positive things happening to me? Are you really just saying it? What's in your mind? What are the thoughts in your mind? What are the thoughts? Watch your thoughts. That's the secret. If you say, I'm trying, and you got this, trying, maybe stop trying. It's too much trying. Relax. Change it to relax, Relax, with it. It really is quite incredible. And today we met someone, an old yogi was saying, I'm really busy. I can't get to the center. I'm really busy. And then she corrected herself. She said, I need to change this chair. And we just listened to her because she's been coming to yoga many, many years. I already knew it. So we just listened to her. I really need to change this chair. I keep saying I'm so busy and I'm getting busier and busier and busier. I should change it to I have time. And she even smiled when she said that. She was talking to us, I need to have time. Because I said, you got it. You got the answer. That's exactly what is happening. And then with the busyness comes the stress. Stress everybody has in their life. It's normal. But don't get so nervous in your stress. Relax in your stress. It's normal. Sometimes you need that stress to get a job done. It can be positive, but relax in it. So I actually answered to her. I said, oh, it's great. And I just wish you less stress in your life. I'm not stressed. Shanti was with me. And we both just had such a laugh. Okay, it's fine. Then be less busy. So you see, it's watching yourself, watching your words, watching. Don't let people watch you. You watch yourself. You become your best doctor. I always say become your best doctor, your best psychologist. Watch your face. Watch yourself. Watch how you look when you talk. And you can learn to watch yourself. And we're going to do a little meditation to finish. So you can you see how you can watch yourself, what you look at like. Because that's how, that was the way I got to really, really, really know me. Because I saw myself so different from the way the world saw me. It was only when I started to meditate and have the ability to watch events in my life that I realized, oh my God, there's a lot about me I don't like. But not in a bad way. Now that I know, I thought I knew it all. I didn't know a thing. But now I knew that I could change it. It's not a judgment. It's just changing it so you can be the best you can. And of course, it's never really quite pleasant to see the things that you don't like about you. It's not quite pleasant. But then, good I know, so I can correct it. I can correct it. And it's nice to have that is that wonderful gift we've been given. The ability to work on ourselves. You can only work on yourself when you know you are not yourself. That you're the higher self watching the lower self, the lower mind, and you're the higher self. And that comes with quiet time with you. It really does. You really need quiet time with you. You grow with it. You get in touch with the higher self. You listen. You listen to the way the mind is going, and you listen to the one that's listening. And you try to you try and stay with the one who's listening, the witness we call it, the witness. Try and stay with that witness, because that witness is neutral. And all this stuff is going on in the mind. Stay with that witness and understand that witness is always in the state of bliss. Ananda, we call it. Anandamaya Gosha, we say. In the Sanskrit language, we have these 5 layers, and the deepest layer in us is the layer of bliss. That's why we always look for that bliss and that joy, because it is us. It is who we really are. And when we're separated from Anandamaya Kosha, we don't feel good in ourselves. We don't feel complete. We feel like we're not complete, and we're not complete because we're too much into our minds and we're too much into our bodies. We don't have the perfect balance, mind, body, and spirit. We're totally left out the spirit. And of course, nobody minds going to the gym and enduring hours, literally hours in the gym to get a perfect figure, which one day you're going to drop on this earth. But ask somebody to endure and spend time on their spirit. I have no time. Meditation is too hard. Hey, my friends, it's the only thing that's going to be with you. Your spirit. This is going to go. And I see people go to the gym struggle. Oh, I hate the gym, but I want to get so skinny. I want to be a size 8 and really, whoa. I go, and at the end of the day, it's lovely to do to the gym and endure it. It's great that you want to do exercise. Fantastic. But do the same for your spirit. Balance it. Do the same for your mind. Work on your mind. Work on your body. Great. You need a body to live in this world. And why not make it look good? Fantastic. But balance it. Body, mind, and spirit. And then you feel complete. You're in harmony with yourself. But we're so lopsided in our world. We put so much in, we invest so much in the material and so little on our spirits. So it's work that we need to do constantly, all the time. So yeah, this is where the mantra is really advantageous when the mind is all over the place. So work on your mind and use the mantra a lot. Work on your mind and remember good things about you. Remember good things. You're not all bad. And it's not that you're being picked on. Nobody is ever being picked on. We're all being picked on, if that's the case. We're being cleaned, refined into our spirit. And when we get refined, you notice in your greatest pain is when you turn to your spirit. And even atheists, I speak to atheists, people who don't believe in God or energy, and they come to me, I don't believe in it. I said, really? First thing, what would they be doing sitting with me if they didn't believe in anything? Because they all know I'm pretty spiritual. That's really interesting, but I don't tell them that because they might run away. But that shows me already they believe in something. And then I ask them, okay, when you're in trouble, what do? We ask for help. Who do you ask for help? I call it God. What do you call it? They still ask for help. They still have an inner prayer that they don't even know they're praying. Say, oh, this has to be better. I need a way. I need to find a way. Help me find a way. Who are you talking to? Their higher self. So I said, it's your higher self. Oh, I don't believe in all that stuff. Okay, so who are you talking to? Who are you asking for help if you are in trouble? Inside of you. Do you know? It shows already we all know so deep in ourselves that we're born to be joyful. Life happens, like I said. It just happens. And some moments are terrible moments. And we're going to have them. But when you understand this truth, when the terrible moments come in the future, you just know how to handle it. And that is such a state of freedom. I have a student call me up today, and she said to me, something not very nice happened to her. And she said, Nalanie, normally in the past, if something like this happened to me, I would be days in a bad mood, weeks on end crying. I said, I know, because I've known her for like maybe 17 years. And I said, yeah. She said, I cried and I let it go. And I'm not even angry. And I said, doesn't that feel wonderful? She said, yes, it feels great. I'm growing up. And she's only 35. I've known her since she's 17. So she's been practicing this knowledge for 35 minus 17 is how much? 18 years? Yeah. So 18 years. But she got it at 35. Don't you think that's really nice and young? She got it. And I said, wow, And she said, I'm really amazed. She said, I've just been going around the last few days saying, hey, I'm really not angry. I'm really sad about that this had to happen, but I'm not angry with it anymore. And I'm not in a bad mood for weeks. I'm liberated. And that is the joy of the practice of the spiritual path. You don't hold on anymore. And it's a natural letting go. And when that natural letting go happens in itself, it's a wonderful feeling. But until that happens, you have to endure the path. You really have to endure the journey. But endure is a sad word. But endure it with, I believe you can endure it with joy, with peace. Yes, of course, you're never going to have that glow while you're going through it. But there's going to be a heaviness. But you can have peace. That I guarantee you. You can have peace in the pain. And knowledge is a great help. It is a great help. And just constantly think, this is making me stronger. This is making me better. This is making me more whole in myself. This is me really making me understand I'm much more than I think I am. And this is really making me understand that I've had so many blessings in the past and I took it all for granted. And now I'm not going to do that with my life again. This is my learning. I'm not going to take my life for granted. I'm not going to take my world for granted. I'm going to savor every moment. I'm going to love every single moment because it all passes. You know, when you leave this room, this moment is past. But there are new moments, and every moment should be filled with hope and joy and just hope. Don't give up on you. Never give up on you. Remember that. You're too precious. You don't belong to you. You are the higher self. You are divine. Don't give up on you. If you give up on you, who is going to care for you? And you don't have the right. Anyway, just keep remembering, you don't have the right. You don't even belong to you. You're on loan, you know. All of us are borrowed. We are all borrowed. Some designer chose the body for us to do the work we have to do. Just get on with it. Just get over yourself. Just get over yourself. Just say, you know, when you get stuck in misery, get over yourself. That's what I used to say to myself. Oh, Nalanie, get over it. Don't be a baby. You know, everybody goes through hard times. And it really works. It really works. Telling yourself off really works. And then try and smile. Try and smile, even though you don't want to. Look in the mirror and talk to yourself. I don't want to smile, but I'm going to smile. Because just the act of smiling changes your whole body language. I am so glad we are all living in a time, we're all living in this period of time where science is proving that all these techniques work. Isn't it amazing? We're living in such great times to grow, to get out of suffering. Really, the world has never had it easier. Why? Because there's so much problems in the world and we've never been more materialistic. So, you know, in the Bhagavad Gita, it says, wherever there is unrighteousness, don't worry. He tells his student Arjuna, don't worry. I will come again and again and reincarnate and help the world to go back on its right path. So when divine reincarnates everywhere for me, in a book, you know, in the beautiful things you hear and see, it's everywhere. You know, we say God is everywhere. It is everywhere. So if you really understand it is everywhere, including yourself, then you will want to do the best for yourself, and you'll look for clues in your life, and you'll look for the miracles. You won't look for what's going to happen next, that's bad. You're going to look for the miracle. And the universe works with you, and that's the way the universe works. And these are the miracles we have to look for in difficult times, because they exist. You see what happens? They exist, but because we want something else to happen, we miss them. We miss them. You know, I have had many people come to me, oh, now they have so much bad luck. But they don't see the good luck. And I say, you have to see the good luck in order to attract it when you have bad luck. If you just focus on your bad luck, you cannot attract good luck. But if you focus on joy, this is my lot and I'm going to make the best with it, you will get everything you need to help you. Again, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, he says to his student, you know, he said, Arjuna, do not worry. Whoever does good will never come to a bad end. Never. You won't. Because it really is as you reap, you sow. But if you keep doing bad, you're going to get bad. You are. But nobody's done it to you. If you keep swearing at people, people will keep swearing back at you. Normal, isn't it? If you keep shouting, getting angry, they will keep getting angry with you. But if you give peace in the pain, you will have to receive the peace back in the pain. You will get back. It may not happen right now, and that's our problem. We want it right now. Spoiled brats we are. Bunch of weaklings. We want it right now. It's not going to happen right now. Well, today it happened for us right now every time, but sometimes it doesn't. Life is like that. So if it doesn't happen right now, just endure, accept, and move on, all right? So God said to your soul, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Again. God said to your soul, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. And you can. And you definitely can. And always, please believe in you. You are divine. You are beautiful. We are all made that way. We all came from the same source. We all did. All of us came from, even science is proving it now. We all came from one consciousness that shared it with us. So, and our journey here is really just to learn duality is experience. Duality is just experience. We asked for it. We wanted to experience, wanted to touch, feel, laugh, cry, write, dance, play music. We wanted to experience it. If I tell you now, just get rid of your life and stop all the experience, you're not ready yet. Many people think that just when things are going wrong, they're ready to let it all go. Let their life go. No. The pain is going to take you into better times. Trust it. There's a great saint, still living. He's Dharavaswani is his name. Absolutely wonderful. You can get him on YouTube. It's a little man. I've met him many times. Wonderful soul. And he always repeated, God's plan is perfect. I didn't understand now. That time when I was a young girl, I used to say, how can it be perfect? Everything's going wrong. But now, after years of spiritual study, the plan is perfect. You don't have to worry about a thing. Really. You just have to worry about this moment, okay? Just this moment. Just now. Now make it good. Now make it happy. Got it? And we can all do that. Look, everybody's smiling. Can you smile? Yeah. Why the smiles are so small? They should be big. That's it. Yeah, don't be afraid to be you. Don't be afraid to be you, because you are that smile. You are that. That's why when you're not that, you are not happy. Simply. So if you look at it, it's logic, isn't it? I'm not happy. Look at my face. Smile. Then you feel happy. Nobody can come to you and stretch your mouth for you, do it for you. So smile more, laugh more, and enjoy this world while we're here. And just do the best we can in all the ways we can, to all the people we can, in this life that we can. In this life where we can, because we asked to. That's why we're here, and that's why you're in spirituality, and that's why you want more from your life, because you know you can. But sometimes the human mind drags us down. You know you can. Look at Steve and Karen. Started with them just a few years back. Today they're running their own center in Colleen. People are coming to her for advice, and coming to both of them. Advice, yoga classes. Isn't it wonderful to see? Look at Devamani. They did a Reiki course last week. They raised some funds for sis. Spreading goodness everywhere. Do you see? You can. You just work on yourself and you'll be guided which direction to go. You'll be guided. You just have to know. You'll be used. That's how you met me, through him. Isn't it true? Yeah, you got a good teacher. Yeah. Isn't it funny how the cycle of love and service works? And then you will do it. You will work with her and work with them, and then you become part of the group that serves, loves, gives, purifies, meditate. And then we become part of this Sangha worldwide. This is what we want to do.